What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I've got some updates for you on stimulus checks available for a limited amount of time, so you are not going to want to miss this update. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, on a federal level to everybody in the nation, we're going to be seeing what Congress decides to do as Bernie Sanders, he's warning Democrats, change your course before you nosedive in these midterm elections. Nobody is going to vote for you if you don't keep your promises, and he's been telling the president for over a year, send out $2,000 stimulus checks. Your promises must be kept. You can't tell the American people one thing and then not fulfill it and then expect them to support you in upcoming elections. Now, you guys, we're going to be seeing, because we've heard, take a look, there's unspent funds just sitting there for additional pandemic relief, and there's over $800 billion of leftover stimulus funds from previous packages that could be reallocated, reused, sent out for stimulus checks, child tax credits, provisions that the American people need. And we're hearing that this is just unspent and uncommitted money just sitting there. So we're going to be seeing if they come through, how they respond. In my last video this morning, I shared with you the breaking news as President Joe Biden has said gas stimulus checks, rebates, direct deposits, they are back on the table under consideration. Now, I've been letting you know it's very likely we'll see more and more of this as we get closer to the midterm elections, as they're going to want to pass something fresh in the minds of voters right before they hit the polls. But in the meantime, I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date on state, city, and county checks as well, and your mind would be blown if you have seen all of the programs that I am coming across that people do not know about, literally hundreds, and I am documenting all of them so you don't miss out on any of them. Take a look, you guys, some coming out like this. 2 direct payment deadlines worth up to $1,000 in less than 2 weeks for millions of Americans. See the exact dates and take a look, you guys. This is a sample of what I'm putting together. I'm putting together all the information for each program. This one's for the Colorado cashback from Senate Bill 22-233, and I give you all the details on funding available, distributions, the duration, eligibility, how many people can get this, the requirements, contact information, and how to apply. I'm assembling all of this so you don't miss out on anything. So keep an eye out for this comprehensive list on everything that is going to be available. Keep an eye out, coming soon, so the Ram fam doesn't miss out. Also, here's another one, you guys. These are coming out almost every other day now. Millions of Americans on track to get at least $200 in tax rebates as plan approved. See if you're eligible. Now, this is happening because, take a look, use of pandemic relief funds differs widely at city and county levels. In the American Rescue Plan, they passed $350 billion to go out to states, counties, and cities, and that money went out, and they've just been sitting on it for a lot of them. And now, finally, over a year later, they're starting to pass their own packages and, in many cases, their own checks. But they don't know everybody that's eligible for these, so they require you apply. They're not getting the word out very well because 90% of people that are eligible are missing out, and it's only available for a limited amount of time. So I'm going to make sure that I raise awareness here on this channel and you know about everything and you don't miss out on anything on the Steve Ram channel, you guys. So I'm going to dive into the latest, get you caught up on this, and like I said, keep an eye out for that comprehensive list. I'm documenting all of these, working away to make sure that you know about everything. And if you appreciate that, do me a quick favor. Before we dive into these articles, smash that like button for me. Just takes a second, helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. And if you know anybody that is eligible for these and they don't know about these programs I'm about to cover, be sure to share this out to them so that way they don't miss out either. And if you want to stay up to date on all this stuff, Congress, stimulus checks, everything that's happening with our economy, take a quick second, smash that subscribe button. Hey, it's free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to speed. Turn on the notification bell so you're notified right away. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive into these articles and get you caught up on the latest on stimulus checks available for a limited amount of time using that extra funds left over from the American Rescue Plan. All right, so we're going to be diving into the details of the checks in just a second, but here is an article that just came out today that's going to be clarifying why there is so much money and checks are popping up left and right. People don't even know about them. Take a look, you guys. Use of pandemic relief funds differs widely at city and county levels. Now, last month, Santa Cruz County, they were awarded $500,000 in grant funding to a slew of local nonprofits. Now, also jumping down, the money came from the American Rescue Plan. It says the $1.9 trillion package passed under the Biden administration in March of 2021. So yes, over a year ago. And they're just awarding out this money to different counties and cities. And now they're passing their own programs, many cases their own checks. Now, the federal funds, they began trickling into states and counties and cities' budgets last year. And while the money was meant to catalyze economic recovery from the pandemic, recipient entities, they were given a great deal of leeway to decide on how they're going to be using the money. Now, also jumping down, it says that they received money from the previous packages. The city got $2.3 million and the county got $2.9 from the CARES Act. And it says, but then came the American Rescue Plan. And it says, in total, Santa Cruz County's government was awarded about $9 million from the American Rescue Plan Act. So a significant amount of new funds just came flowing into the county. Now, it says that once awarded the American Rescue Plan funds, a city or county has until December 31st of 2024 to spend the money, according to the National League of Cities. So you guys, they have got a ton of funds. A lot of them are sitting on it right now, figuring out what should we do. Now, we're hearing about checks, we're hearing about new programs, all this different assistance, and it's happening all over the nation. And as you see, even popping up right now. I'm going to keep you up to date on all of these as they come up, you guys, and take a look. Let's dive into the first one. Link in the description below. I cite all my sources so you can see them for yourself. 2 direct payment deadlines worth up to $1,000 in less than 2 weeks for millions of Americans. See the exact dates. Deadlines are approaching, so you want to act quickly as soon as possible so you don't miss out on potentially up to $1,000 in cash. In fact, there was just a big deadline that passed for tens of thousands of Americans to claim a separate payment worth up to $1,000. Next up, there will be 2 deadlines approaching in less than 2 weeks that you'll want to keep on your radar. Both cash assistance programs aim to provide inflation relief for eligible Americans. Now, the first one is Colorado, the one I shared with you. As I'm coming across these, I'm documenting them and assembling them into a massive package. Currently, some states are sending money in the forms of tax rebates, with Colorado planning to do so by the fall. Governor Jared Polis is urging residents to file their state taxes by June 30th so they receive their funds on time. Now, originally, the deadline was going to be May 31st, but it was extended by the state legislator. Also now, the tax rebates are now worth at least $500 for single filers, thanks to an amendment recently passing. However, Coloradoans who missed the deadline can still receive payments if they file an extended filing deadline of October 17th. Now, to claim the payment, you'll need to file your 2021 tax returns. So this is a tax rebate, and it says residents that have already filed their returns can expect to receive the money in the mail in August or September, according to the state. Those who after June 30th won't likely get their funds until January of 2023, and Governor Polis previously announced that 3.1 million residents would qualify for refunds. Now, to be eligible, you must be in the state for a full year as a resident and be at least 18 years of age as of December 31st, 2021. So that is one for the state of Colorado. Next up is Chicago, and it says eligible Chicago, Illinois residents, they can apply each month for transit and gas card funds, but the next deadline is almost here as well. Now, to apply, you must be a Chicago resident, at least 18 years old, and have current or valid stickers for the city and the correct mailing information on your vehicle. Also, your income must be at or below 100% of the area median income for Chicago, and this is $93,200 for a household of 4. Now, each month until September, there will be a lottery held on the second week of the month, and the deadline to apply for the next lottery is going to be Friday, July 1st. So you have about 10 days to get that done, and those selected will be notified via email. Chicago will issue up to 50,000 prepaid gas cards of $150, and there will also be 100,000 prepaid transit cards worth $50 under this program, and cards will be distributed each month. So this distribution is happening monthly. You can apply online at any Chicago Public Library location or by sending a letter via mail. So those are 2 programs where the deadlines are coming up, and other places sending out money. Let's cover this very quickly for you. Elsewhere, other states are sending out cash mainly under tax rebate programs. For example, an estimated 858,000 residents in Maine are going to be getting $850 checks. Each week, about 200,000 payments will go out. That means most payments would be issued by the end of the month. Now, in Delaware, also 600,000 people are going to be getting rebate payments worth up to $600. And also, link in the description below to this article that came out. It says millions of Americans are on track to get at least $200 in tax rebates as the plan is approved. See if you are eligible. Now, lawmakers have a green light on a plan that would send out $200 worth of cash to each taxpayer. The State Assembly and Senate in California passed a budget plan on Monday that amounts to a total of $300 billion that's going to be going out. Now, it consists of $8 billion worth of tax rebates, which would give each eligible taxpayer and dependent $200, so you and your dependents each receive $200. Now, who is eligible? Well, most notably, there are income limits under the plan. If you are a single taxpayer, you can make up to $125,000 or $250 for couples to be eligible for the rebate payments. Now, under California's Golden State Stimulus Program in 2022, single taxpayers who made less than $75,000 and field 2020 got a payment. Now, the state told The Sun in April that it had issued just under 4.5 million Golden State Stimulus 1 checks and more than 8.4 million Golden State Stimulus 2 payments. So don't get this confused with those. This is an entirely new program for the state. So even more residents would be eligible for the potential rebate program. Additionally, the local paper, the Center Square, reported a scenario where a qualified family of 5 could receive $1,000. Now, it's unclear if there will be limits to the number of dependents that can be claimed as well. So there you have it. That is the latest on stimulus checks available for a limited amount of time. And as more information rolls out, like I said, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And if you appreciate that and you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button. Thank you so much for joining me. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance, and keep an eye out for that comprehensive list of all the checks across the nation on all levels. Going to be releasing that here very soon. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.